Hello everybody, a very good evening. Welcome back to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us for Beautiful Beginnings. Makes me realise I haven't done that many of these shows for whatever reason because I don't really recognise the music. It's kind of like a new, quite relaxing music, isn't it? Quite, you know, plinky plonky and nice. Anyway, welcome. It's just gone 6 o'clock here in the UK, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific time. We've had a heck of a day today. It's been great. Do you know what? I'm actually quite looking forward to this show because we were fast-paced this morning on Wake Up Call. We had a fast-paced craft vault earlier on. Tonight, Beautiful Beginnings. You're going to see some lovely demos over the course of this show. And with it being Beautiful Beginnings, I always like to kind of point out the fact that we are here for everybody, but this show particularly, if you're new, if you've just joined us recently and you want to ask any questions, this is the show to do it on. Don't feel worried about, you know, thinking, oh, I've got a silly question. There are no silly questions here. We all started somewhere. So if you need to ask a question, this is a great show to do it on. Get in touch on Facebook or indeed on YouTube. And if we don't get time to answer the question, then of course, as always, one of our lovely viewers who will be watching along with you will pick it up in the comments. So get those questions asked and we will answer them. And it's a great show as well because we've got so much coming up as far as great deals are concerned. We've got a half price deal coming up first, which you'll see in just a few moments time. Those heritage dies are back in stock as well. Best ever price on those. And we've also got a wonderful best ever price deal on the Dancing Dragonfly selection too. But let's get inspired and see some finished samples with my partner in crime today, crafty partner in crime, TV wifey. It's been a lovely day.
It has indeed.
We've had a lovely day, haven't we?
We've had a lovely day, yes. We've had a lovely day. Yes, my name's Debbie Robinson, in case you don't know. Yes. But yeah, absolutely amazing day. It's been lovely. And we've got to finish it again with a really lovely show for you right now. Some of my favourite collections, I know I say it a lot, but I genuinely mean it. Our lovely floral creator cards. We didn't get any time this morning to touch on these. No. So these are absolutely beautiful. So this is where we're going to be starting. And I say where we're going to be starting. I'm going to show you some simple techniques and then take it on another level. But aren't they just absolutely beautiful, these cards? Honestly, absolutely gorgeous, these florals. We've got the Dancing Dragonflies again. We've got lots of different brilliant items in that collection, can I just say. Absolutely stunning ones in there. So you can be creating some really beautiful wow projects with your collection. One of my favourites is that gorgeous die and stencil set. Ooh, to be able to create the most gorgeous scene in the background. I mean, that is just stunning. But very simple to achieve. And then some of my favourites, I love nesting dies, and I love nesting dies with a twist. And the heritage dies are exactly that, where you've got this real regal look about them, that lovely heritage feel with the twisting and the turning. You can create lots of lovely different effects. So we're going to take it back to the beginning. And I say back to the beginning, well, I hope it'll cater for everybody. But yeah, we're gonna try and strip it back as much as we possibly can. But I get really creative at the same time. This might be the first time you're joining us tonight. So if you are, welcome. And if you're not, hello. It's always lovely to have your company. Stay tuned, grab yourself a cuppa and come and join us for these next 2 hours. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be interactive as always. We've got Grace on the socials this evening, so fire up those questions and comments. Hi to Carletta Morris, who's joined us saying hello everyone. Hello. Hi to Linda from Maryland. Hello. We've got Johnny and George in the gallery on this show. Hello, hello, I've just said. Charlotte Everett says, good evening all. Here again, I've got 4 amazing Crafters Companion boxes of Crafters Companion goodies this afternoon. So happy. What did you get? What's in the boxes? Let us know. Hi to Lynn Borden and Kirsty D and Zoe Carver from West Sussex. Olga Vasquez is in from Brooklyn, New York. Mary Patson from sunny Montana. Good afternoon to Michelle. Good afternoon to Diane Larigo. Says hi Debbie. Hi Ben from Diane from Venice, Florida. And hi to Patty Abbott Heard, who is in from California as well. Do you know what? No word of a lie. Because you don't know what we get up to on our breaks. First thing, I went and recorded a quick voiceover for something which is coming next week. That was exciting. Then, Debbie and I, we did this. We crept over to Unit 3. Looked at the new thing which is coming soon. And we were like, oh! We were like, oh! Whoa! Did that. And then after we'd done that, we came back and we sat with producer Johnny for a bit in the gallery. I'm not going to lie, we got on Google Earth and we started Google Earthing lots of places where you guys live.
We did. We looked at Mechanicsburg. I mean, obviously not your houses because we don't know your addresses, but we were just interested. We're like, Mechanicsburg, we had a look there. Yep. We had a look in Wiki Watchy. Where else did we look? Prince Edward Island we looked at on Google Earth. Was there a Washburn or something we looked at? Yep. And then we started looking at Debbie's house. Then we looked at Johnny's house. We discovered that my house isn't even on Google Earth. I don't exist as far as Google Earth is concerned. Then we found Johnny's brother on Google Earth back in August. He obviously saw the car come in, and there's a picture of Johnny's brother like this. Walking up the road. I mean, the hours just flew by. In between shows. So again, let us know tonight, please, not exactly address-wise, but like the town where you live in the world, so that we can, in between times, just have a look around. It's amazing, though, isn't it, that you can like just drop in and be on the street, like in all these amazing places. And we were marveling at like some of the houses in America, like just like so different to what we've got here in the UK. I find it so interesting. So. Yeah, feel free to let us know. Hi to Alison, who's joined us from Aberdeenshire. Love the earlier show with you guys. Thank you. And Eleanor Murphy is in Shrub Oak, New York. There you go, Johnny. Shrub Oak. AOP says, Sally, Debbie, still no crafting for me. Still loving the shows. I've ordered the new embossing folders that may or may not be available right now. Just giving the game away there, haven't I?
Shh. Well, actually, you can go over there, Ellie, if you want to go and have a little peek. If you want them. The official launch is next week.
Tuesday, I think, isn't it?
Tuesday, yes. Yes.
Just go and get them now. Sally, you said that they're there, so go and get them. If you want to check them out, they are live on the website. Shall we get started? I think we are ready to go. Keep the questions coming. Keep the comments coming through. What did you say then, Johnny? I'm sorry.
Did you wonder what he was saying?
I thought he said, grab your credit cards. He said, grab them credit cards. He said, Floral creator cards. But yes, do grab your credit cards because we've got some great deals coming up tonight. That's literally what I thought you said. Grab your credit cards. Here we go. Let's get flying. Half price deal on these framed Floral creator card dies. 6 dies in total because you get your outer die, then your inner detail die with these. A great price on them, right? Because these were almost £51, $60 when we launched them. They did initially come with some beautiful paper pads, didn't they?
They did indeed, yes.
But you still get all of the beautiful dies here. The Dainty Dahlia. You're also going to get in here your traditional rose and your blushing poppies. But what I would say to you is these obviously now dies give you the opportunity to maybe potentially create your own background if you like to do your watercolour techniques. This one, I mean all of them. Paper piecing I'm thinking as well, Debbie, these would be perfect for creating beautiful shakers with. They're so super versatile. And even again, if you just wanted to cut these out in black or just in white and layer them over a nice beautiful colourful background there, add a sentiment, add a little ribbon to them, they're going to look amazing. They're basically as simple or as detailed and over the top as you want them to be, but they're really craftable. For £20 tonight if you're platinum, or $23.20, I'm going to put it out there. I think it's my favourite bundle on the show. I really do. I love this collection. So let's have a look at them in action. Which of the 3, Debbie, are you going to be using?
Well, I'm going to start with the traditional rose. Yep. If we get to the second, Deb, I'm going to use all 3.
Nice.
But honestly, they're absolutely fabulous. I love the skeleton kind of feature to them, the fine outline detail to them. And I am just going to cut it out into some black cardstock. The lovely thing about this die is that with the use of both, that will cut out a lovely frame with those florals. Cutting into cardstock directly, you'll just remove the outer frame, and that then enables you to stay connected into cardstock as well as cutting out all that detail.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go in with the full whack, and I am going to show you. I know we don't have that paper pad anymore. Doesn't matter, because I'm going to show you a lovely little quick inky background technique that you're going to be able to do with the use of your water ink pads. But of course you could use things like your different pattern papers. We've had many over the last few months, some beautiful pattern papers. You could be using those if you wanted to. There's lots of things that you're going to be able to do with them. I'm just going to put that on straight, although Debbie might, because these are a big die. Can I just tell you, these are a big die. So I'm going to come on and I'm going to make sure that's fitted on top of my plate. Trust me, I put it on wonky on my cardstock.
What you like.
I know, what am I like? Let's just cut that, in fact, tell you what I'll do. I'll take it to the edge and then I can see it a little bit better. That's better. There we go. So I'm going to, and you can see, size-wise, these are 5.5 by 5.5. So they're going to be that perfect one to sit on your 6x6 cards and beyond, because you can, you know, go bigger if you want to. There's nothing to say, you've got to stick to a 6x6. So we're going to run that through. It is a thin metal die, so it's the normal combination for a thin metal die using your platforms in your Gemini. So it's your 2 clear cutting plates, plastic shim, magnetic shim, done and dusted. Right, this will cut out that gorgeous frame. So when I take that all off, let's get rid of those bits. There we go. And remove my high tack tape now, not low tack, after it's been through Gemini.
Oh yeah.
There, we're just going to run that out of the die. There we go. Put the rubbish down there. And then what you've got now is this beautiful framed feature. And when you knock all those little bits out, look at the gorgeous, delicate detail of that.
Love it.
I just think they're just beautiful. And that's where you would use both of those pieces together, which is how they were intended to be used. However, looks lovely, but I want to create a background piece. So I've taken a bit of watercolour cardstock, and I'm going to use this now to decorate with. Now, I will just show you my little top tip. With it being a beautiful beginnings show, I'll just show you how, because what I want to do is add colour behind each one, but not the same. So what I'm going to do is just line it over my watercolour cardstock, which I've cut down to size, and I'm just going to put a couple of pencil marks just around the edging, so I know where one row starts and where another one finishes. And you can rub those out afterwards, but it gives me a clear indication of my top rows, my right-hand side rows, and my left-hand side rows. Because when it comes to colour, I'm going to add in, let's bring in these colours, I'm going to add some water-reactive ink pads. I'm going to bring in my ink applicators. I'm going to use fuchsia, and I'm going to go straight in to the ink pad, and we're going to hold on there and then just go straight in and colour. Now, don't worry about the pencil marks. In a second, we will rub those out. But what this enables me to do is add colour straight to my rose image. And when you look at it back in, you can see that that's where I'm going to go, and how you can then just use that die cup element.
What colours are you using?
Fuchsia, crushed velvet, and then lemon tonic. And then also what I'm going to be doing is using a little bit of Oasis just around the either side of there. So I'm just going to go in and pop that ink onto there. Moving into the lemon tonic. Let's go in with the lemon tonic.
This is water reactive, isn't it?
Water reactive, you can use either square ones or the circular ones. It's entirely up to you.
It's a rectangle.
I know it is. I know it is. But just so you can see, there's no running up to your cardstock with our water reactive inks. You just go straight directly onto your cardstock and blend between the two colours as well. Beautiful blend. Like I said, these pencil marks, they will rub out after even though I've gone over the top, they will rub out. It's just giving me that little indication of where I want to go with my inks. And again, I'm just going to drop that colour, turning that around.
We've got these colours in a water-reactive ink pad bundle.
Really?
On the show.
What, my colours, what I've got using?
I think we've got crushed velvets in it. What, you got honey pot?
Honey, lemon tonic I've used, but honey pot would work just lovely.
And what's the other one?
Crushed velvet and Oasis.
Oh no, we've got the midnight. Or
That's
lagoon.
fine.
Or lagoon.
You could use that as well, absolutely.
Marvellous.
So lastly, I'm going to put the crushed velvet, and I'm just going to go on. Again, while you're popping your ink on, you can be just placing your piece over the top, so you can see now that my colours are starting to come together. And I'm not worrying too much about if I've gone over or I'm blending between, a couple of the colours. It's absolutely fine. But what I'm just going to do is, and I would normally use a tissue. Let me grab a tissue, Ben, because my hands are quite warm. And our water-reactive ink pads are exactly that. They react with water. Oh, would you do me a favour and just grab me some water?
I will.
Thank you very much.
A little cup of water.
Yeah, just a little cup of water, because I'll show you as well. So again, I'm going to go onto there, and then I'm just going to blend those colours to get a little bit more smoother transition between them. And then going in. And now I've got my 3 blend of my rose colours. And then what I'm going to do, just to finish that off, is I'm going to go in with, without dropping all your ink applicators everywhere, I'm going to come in with the blue. Let me just pop those to one side. I'm all fingers and thumbs today. Right, let's pop that there. And then just lastly, bringing in the Oasis, I'm just going to colour those 2 sides in. So, taking that in, as I had to go to the kitchen to go and get me a cup. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Ben. If you can hear me, I'm really sorry. Other end of the building to go and grab me some water. Just a little bit, it's just to do a little bit of faux bleaching. It's not for me to drink. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's go and get a cup.
God, you sound out of breath. Bless you. You're
all
right.
It's just because I was having to bend.
Oh, right, okay.
Down.
Oh, to get the cups.
To get the cups.
God love you.
Hello.
God love you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Right, so what we're going to do now is, and you can see again, when I place that piece over the top, that it starts to cut. You can see how now it comes together when you're adding that on the top. But I just want to do that little bit of faux bleaching. I absolutely love our ink pads for this reason. Little bit of water, or should I say a lot of water, and do that lovely splashing over the top. Just gently tap.
I like it when you put your fingers in and do, because it's like you're casting a spell.
Yeah, you can just splash. You can go in with your fingers and just splash over the top as well. Yeah. You'll get bigger droplets than you will with a thin brush, thicker droplets with a thicker brush, and so on. But I just want to create a little tiny little bit of reaction with the water. So let me just go into that. Oh, don't be throwing that in the bin, Debbie. Let me get that out of the bin.
What are you throwing in the bin?
I'm throwing all my bits in.
Oh, don't put your bits in the bin.
From my bag.
Oh, don't do that.
No, I know, I need to get that. Let me just move that out of the way before I end up losing everything. Longer you leave it, the longer, and you can already see the water reacting to it. Take your tissue over the top. Let that ink get sucked up into that kitchen towel. That lovely sucking sound. And you've got a lovely little faux bleachy kind of technique that you're then going to place over the top.
Wow.
And you can see now I've created my own little background paper. Right, so with that said, I'm going to bring in my card base. Now I'm just going to clean this up because I know what I'm like.
That's a question from Kendall.
Yes?
She says, what's easier to put the ink on the paper with, circle or rectangle?
Which is the best?
Yeah.
Well, your own, it's what you feel comfortable with.
Is there any
I love
to
both.
Use? No.
If you want to cover a bigger surface area, I always say use the square one.
Right. Rectangle.
Use that one because you get more coverage. You've got a lot more ink that can be on that applicator, so you can cover lots more. More finer detail, then you could use your small one. But if you, I always say it's one of those questions that it's what you feel comfortable with and how you use it. But you saw how easy that was to apply there. There was no, literally was the easiest of the colours to put down. And in terms of my background, so I'm gonna mount all this together now. Now I've gone with a bigger card. I think I measured this at 6.5. Yeah, I did 6.5 inch base. And to create my background piece, I've just used the 3 colours that I've used predominantly in those flowers. Yeah. And just dotted some around there because that's going to sit into the back. It's going to act as me, which you're probably thinking looks a bit bizarre at the minute, but bear with me. Bear with me, because it all makes sense in a second. I always use as well, because I'm using a water reactive, I use watercolour cardstock. Okay. Premium results every single time.
That's it.
You can get that look on our all-purpose cardstock as well. However, if you're going to react it with any water, so stop any warpage or anything like that, then watercolour cardstock is the best one to use. I've taken our multi-purpose cardstock because can you see now when you cover it up, you've got that element of, and it really does look really quite effective. And you could lift that up with some foam pads if you want. I'm going to go in with, because it's a Centura Pearl that I've done with this one, so I've got a little bit of a shimmer to it as well in the background. So let's just pop that in over the top.
Lovely.
And then we're going to bring in our piece again. So let's bring in, there we go. Bring that in, and now you can see how it all comes together. Yeah. So again, I'm just going to use now, because I've got a shiny coated surface, I'm not going to use all-purpose glue for this. I'm going to use my tape pen. Okay. And just because I've got a glue stool coming up this weekend, I think it's on Sunday. I'm going to talk about all the different qualities of the tape pens, glues, how they work, why you need them, and why you, Debbie, get it right way around, why you need different ones and what they do. So
what was that? So what were I missed the colour there whilst I was out getting your water. So it was like Crushed velvet.
Crushed velvet,
Yeah.
fuchsia,
Fuchsia.
lemon tonic,
Yeah.
Oasis.
Oasis.
Yes, Oasis.
Gotcha.
Oh,
George.
hey, every time now, every time.
Mad for it. Don't know where you got that from.
Oh dear.
What's he like?
Do you know they've not performed together for years, have they?
Don't you get on, do they, Liam
No,
and Noel?
it's sad that, because they're brothers at the end of the day. That's quite sad.
Producer Johnny, he's a bit of a scoop, hot off the press. He reckons they might be getting back together again. And Noel said, Noel said he'd never do it, but he said never say never yesterday.
Oh.
But were Oasis big in America?
I think they were, you know. I think they were big everywhere.
Were they?
I think they were, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I
Any
think
US
they were.
Oasis fans, you have to let us know. You have to let us know. I'm sure they never went to America, but maybe they did. Maybe they did.
Yeah.
They're big over here, I know that much.
Oh my God, they were absolutely huge.
It was either Oasis or Blur, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely huge over here.
Did you like them?
Now you can you see where I've gone with the matching theme of the background paper to the roses there? And then I've taken one of my favourite sentiments that I love. I've talked about this such a lot. It's one of our lovely little mini sentiments, with love. And I actually use the 3 colours again, just to pop on there, to give it that little bit of a lift. So I'm just going to pop that on in my tape as well. And you know what? I'm not going to add anything else, because I think it doesn't need anything else. It really doesn't need anything else. So I'm just going to take that across that central part, and there you go.
Oh, I love it.
You can create some really stunning cards and your own background papers, but honestly, absolutely beautiful. Easy to do as well, that background, as you saw. And then the die itself, absolutely stunning. Gorgeous
I
dies.
love that, and that again really sings to me, because I look at that and think I could do that, definitely do that.
Yeah,
I love
definitely.
creating cards with mats and layers, and especially when you create your own backgrounds as well. I just think that looks so brilliant. It's so personal, and with a die set like that as well, it just makes it really, really simple to do. Loads of comments coming through. I'll read a few of those in just a second. Just want to quickly show you this set again. So it's 6 dies in total, because you get obviously the detailed inner die and then your outer die there as well. But you know, 3 glorious flowers and 3 creator cards really. These, aren't they? I mean, just so simple to work with, but the results that you can create are marvellous. And again, you know, like as you've just seen with Debbie there, creating your own background, layering these over the top, adding a little sentiment. I mean, you've created something gorgeous with your mats and layers there too. If you want to do some paper piecing, of course, you've got the ability to be able to do that as well. And, you know, as much as that is a traditional rose and, you know, that is a blushing poppy, there's nothing to say that you can't decide to use, as we've seen with Debbie there, you know, different colours. Make these look exactly how you want them to be. Obviously, when I think of a traditional rose, you always think red, but this could be any colours you want, really, couldn't it? You think of all the different colours of roses that you can buy. And then this one here, the beautiful blushing poppy as well. Absolutely gorgeous. That whole set, usual price, £50.97, $59.85. Look at the saving today. Then on top of that, you'll get your Club Inspired discount. If you are a platinum member, that is £20 on the nose, or $23.20. Before I read a few of your comments, I just want to show you also the water reactive ink pads that we've got. So we've popped together a nice selection here for you, 9 of the ink pads. Star buy on these as well. We've been very, very busy for these across the day today. You're saving £18.41, $27.05. Platinum price just £28.40 or $42.80. It's quite nice actually, because if you want to be able to copy the background that Debbie's just made, then you've got some colours in here, not the exact ones, but pretty much the same ones within this set. Johnny's just warned me that we have literally a handful of these remaining, so if you like the idea of picking these up, then get them now. But obviously great for creating all of those bright backgrounds, and with your water, with your spritzing techniques, with your kind of magical, what do you call that one? That one, Guardium Leviosa techniques, that one, where you sprinkle it with your fingers. You can create some lovely backgrounds. I did a show with Debbie where I was having a go with her, and she was going, dip your fingers in, and we were doing that, and I was going, yeah.
Put your fingers in the water and just splash. It's like a magic spell.
Yeah, Guardium Leviosa.
That's the one.
Abracadabra.
Yes.
Busy Wizzy, let's get busy. That was sweet, wasn't it? Anyway, Honey Pot, that's the one that's going to sell out the bundle, I've just been told. So you're going to get that alongside Smoked Emerald. You're going to get Friar Brown. You're going to get Grasshopper. You're also going to get the Pale Pig. You're going to get Midnight. You're going to get Bordeaux, Lagoon, and then also your crushed velvet. 28.40, 42.80 on that bundle. Let's say a few of those because I've not read any comments out. I apologise for that. It's loads coming through. Right, quick list of who is in, where you're watching from. Hi to Jill Johns in Hillhead and Fareham. Hi to Polly Coe in Blountstown, Florida. Hi also to Patty who says, watch the HSN shows with Sara yesterday. She must be exhausted. Can't wait for the new items to come to the Crafters Companion website. She left the building about an hour ago. I don't know how she does it. Debbie and I were saying that I'm sure like she's a machine. Yes. There's like she looks human on the outside, but there's a robot in there, isn't there? Definitely. And there must be. Talking of Google Earth, Claire Robinson says you guys need to Google Napupu Road.
No what?
Napupu.
Napupu?
Napupu Road.
Napupu?
Napupu. What?
Napupu Road.
Napupu Road.
Napupu.
In Hawaii.
Oh, is it? I can't wait to see this now.
Are you, Claire, do you live in Napupu? Napupu Road in Hawaii? I'd love to live on Napupu Road.
Napupu. Napupu.
Napupu. Napupu. We'll have a look at that later, thank you. Hi to Carla in the Sweetheart City, Loveland, Ohio.
Ooh.
Tina Pike's in from Clymer, New York. This is what I like, the towns and the names. I've never heard of that. Clymer, Clymer. Hi, says Brenda to Ben and your work wife. Hi there, says Fiona. Fiona from Glasgow here, crocheting whilst watching. I'm multi-crafted, so looking forward to tonight's delights and hope to learn something new. Roseanne Carbone is in from Massachusetts, saying hi to Debbie and Ben and the wonderful team and all my friends. Hi, Shadiah. Hi, Lorna in Guyana. 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 That's how you pronounce it, isn't it? Guyana. Mm-hmm. Welcome. Hi to Charlotte. Oh, Clymer's small, is it? Charlotte says, I've got too much to mention. You bought the positive sentiment stamps in your delivery. I remember you saying that. Tiffany storage, ink pads, Academy, new box, extra daisy paper pads, storage caddy, Spectrum Noir bag, swing and penny slider dies, swing, cardstock, and loads more. Tina Pike says, my aunt and uncle bought me the Gemini for my birthday. Oh, wow. Amazing. Hi to Patty, who says, I've got a couple of the dies, certainly going to save the show. And Laura Simmons says, because she said it a few minutes ago, said it's been so long since I heard Debbie say, what am I like?
What am I like? Have I said it?
You said it earlier.
Did I?
Yeah, when you were throwing your stuff in the bin.
Oh, my days. And I've been trying really purposely hard not to say it.
No, say it. It's your catchphrase. You can't not say it.
I do say it a lot, though. So
No,
I was trying really hard. I didn't even realise I'd said it.
What are you like?
What am I like? Yeah, exactly. What am I like?
Hi to Jackie in Essex. Hi to Rose. Hi to Jessica Stricker, who's decided to pop in and say hi. Jill's in Scotland. Charlotte says, I love those ink pads. You can do so much with them. Howdy from Pearland, Texas, says Veronica Tellez. Pearland. Michelle's in, Sally's in, Zoe's in. Hi to Dolly Dimple, says, I've got those dies, they're so easy and effective, I've just used them. Melanie D's in from Florida. Roseanne Baker's in, saying, I love that technique, Debbie. And I think, well, there's loads more comments coming in about that beautiful last card. Sally and Barbara and Zoe and Mary, Pat and Charlotte and Patty, loving that card. And aloha to Corinne, who says, aloha from a warm, sunny Maui. Aloha. Let us have a look at a quick picture of the Hero Tool. Now, this is your store and go. 2 of these you're going to get within this bundle, and these, of course, absolutely brilliant for housing a whole host of different goodies in them, stamps, collections, all sorts. That store and go 2-pack, I'm kind of, I haven't got it here in the studio, but I think it's obviously, it's big enough to hold the vintage butterflies, isn't it? Yeah. So A4 size, you're going to get 2 of them, plus, for free, that vintage butterflies pearlescent card pack. That's unbelievable. 24 sheets of that amazing, gorgeous pearlescent card for that stunning price of just £14.38 or $18.38. We're doing deals across totally Tiffany's ranges because, of course, this week is all about getting organised with Tiffany. Big show coming up this time tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, well, I'm going to be with Tiffany for a US warehouse clearance show, and then Friday, Craig's going to be with Tiffany as well with another big show. Claire Robinson says, Ben, I'm laughing about where I live. So you do live in this place, and you've definitely set me up for a fall here. Well, you know, I was saying that they're saying it was called Napupu Road.
Yep.
She's laughing because it's actually pronounced Napu'o Road. But you've wrote Napupu, and now you're saying it's Napu'o. But you definitely did that to make me say poo-poo. And I appreciate that because that is very funny. Hang on a minute, you're on it on this. Like, what? So, Grace says, I can't stop laughing. So you knew as well, did you? Napu'o. Because it's like Hawaii, isn't it? Like it's Hawaii.
What?
Isn't that how you pronounce Hawaii?
Hawaii?
That's how The Rock says it when he does it on his videos. He goes Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Instead of Hawaii. Hawaii.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
God, you learn something new every day in this place.
Napu'o Road. Anyway, it's time to take a break. I need one. You guys need to check out your baskets as well. When we come back, we're going to have a look at this amazing collection, the Dancing Dragonfly selection. It is stunning. The price you will not believe. Get to the checkouts. We'll come back in just a few moments' time. We'll see you in just a moment.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
My unsung hero has to be Tracy.
I'm going to give a little shout out to our Tracy.
I think if I had to nominate somebody, I'd probably go with Tracy.
Because Tracy keeps me fully supplied with cups of tea whenever I'm working here. She always finds me the things that I've lost, and she's always great to be around.
Sort of get involved with our sample library, which is massive. It's where all the samples are kept, all nice and neatly, all labelled up. And part of their job is to get the necessary samples out for the shows that we do every day, get them all ready and prepared, often display them, tidy them away again, pop them back in the sample library, and that takes an inordinate amount of time.
Because they literally are the cogs that keep us working, and I don't think a lot of people realise just what they do for us in terms of getting everything show ready so that we can come in, get ready and be relaxed to go on air and do those kind of things.
So that is just a small part of what they do, you know, as well as being floor managers during the shows, getting us any products that we need, and most importantly bringing the coffee.
Everybody on screen knows I make everybody's tea and coffee.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people, and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special, 100%, it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. and it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
Feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafts Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back. Thank you for all the comments coming through. I feel like I've learnt so much today. Carol's in from Loughlinstown in Loughlinstown, County Dublin, Ireland. Hi to Anna Marie from Chesterfield. I can pronounce that one. Rhonda's in saying hi everyone. Hi Jeffrey, New Hampshire. And Curran says Hawaii. You've written it as Hawaii. Hawaii. And Laura Simmons says, what? It's not Hawaii. I can't remember what character said that way. I have no idea what that means. But we've just gone down a real weird road here. Good afternoon, greetings from Arkansas. I just started binge watching a documentary on the very posh hotels in London, says Alicia. Oh my, stunning and very expensive. Craig's watching one on Claridge's, is he? There is another programme my wife watches quite a lot, and it's all about these. I think there was one in the Caribbean, in Antigua somewhere, just like ridiculous, where you pay like hundreds of thousands of pounds to go on holiday. Anyway, let's go to the Dancing Dragonflies collection. I don't know where I am, what I'm doing this evening. Now, I'm going to pop those to one side because they got me in trouble earlier. The Dancing Dragonfly collection. Best ever price that we've done this. Now, this is not the full collection, but this is a selection of the items that we have left from the main collection. Obviously, things like the paper pads have sold out. They are the things that usually do go first. However, if you haven't yet got this collection and you want to pick up, as far as I'm concerned, some of the best items from it, you've got a hell of a deal here, because this should be £80, almost $100, £36 or $44 if you're platinum. Look at what you're going to be getting here. The Water Lily stamp and die set. Gorgeous, so much detail in those stamps. If you just want to stamp them independently of the dies, you can, but obviously you've then got the dies to be able to cut out your images and actually build up nice little 3D water lilies there, which is kind of cute. That's really clever, that. I love that so much, just with a little bit of moulding with your ball tools. Then you've got your dainty dragonflies. So again, you've got your outer die and then your inner detail die there. That would look nice, wouldn't it, with a bit of sparkle on it, a bit of glitter, maybe some of your glitter flakes? Gilding flakes? Gilding flakes, thank you. When we launched this, it came with that. What was that amazing stuff?
It was that mirror
Fascination
film. That, fantasy film.
Fantasy film.
Yeah, I think fantasy film, is that what they were called?
I think it was it, yeah.
Yeah, fantasy film. Yeah, it did. Gorgeous, that.
Unreal. Yeah. You're going to get a set of simple sentiments in there as well, in that sort of swoosh style. So you've got believe, smile, dream, happy birthday, and thank you. You've got this wonderful water lily frame in here too. How gorgeous is that? You're going to get another 2 dies in there of your different dragonflies. Again, this frame, super useful across a whole host of different collections. Stunning water lily border included in there too. Debbie's project from earlier on, actually, Wake Up Call. If you didn't see us on that show, go back and watch her show where she made a beautiful project containing that one. This ornate bridge, load of you saying how much you love that one. It actually cuts in the hinge on that. So if you do want to use that as a little mini card, or like you said, as place setting.
Place setting, yeah, because it's got like 3 pieces to it. One's got a hinge, the outer one's got the hinge one, which you can create your own card with it. Yeah. And then there's 2 other, there's the mat and layer, and then there's the actual bridge itself. So you can build it up and make your own little dinky cards. I love that idea. I think it's lovely. Really nice addition.
That's included. Also, you're going to get this wonderful stencil. stencil and die set here. Love that card that you showed earlier on, actually, at the top of the show, where you know you can create the most dramatic backgrounds, and then you've got the ability to then cut in those different characters. And how gorgeous is that die as well?
Yeah.
With the Weeping Willow, absolutely beautiful. You're also going to get in the set a wonderful selection of sentiments too. These are really nice, actually. You've got things like have faith, hope your day. Hope. Oh, George, I was reading it off the screen. You can't wait. Hope. Can you get in a bit closer? I've got my glasses. Go on. Oh, you're not going in. Hope your day is... Oh, he is now. Hope your day is perfect. Dragonfly dreams. Thank you for your kindness. Be beautiful inside and out. And make today amazing. And then you're also going to get a set of your beautiful ribbon. 6 1-metre lengths included in that little bundle right there. What a buy that is for £36 or $44. A great way for you to kind of sample the delights of the Dancing Dragonfly collection. We did have an embossing folder and some of those amazing papers earlier on, but I have a feeling that they have probably sold out. Check the website, but that is the bundle there, which is still available for you. Shall we have a look at what Debbie is going to be making for us? What are you going to be doing?
Absolutely. So we're going to use that gorgeous, did you call it the Weeping Willow?
Yeah.
Yes, going to use that die and the stencil set and the bridge. We're going to use the bridge one as well. I did use the beautiful foiled pad. Did you say that's gone?
I think it was, well, I think it has. There was only 6 this morning.
Yeah, I knew
there,
we were on dodgy ground with that one, but never mind. I'll still use it in my demo. It's fine, in case you've got it. But
It's
you
gone.
could use anything to that. I thought it had. I thought it had. Did you say there was still the 8x8 vellum in this though? Earlier on, we said the vellum was still...
The vellum is available as an individual.
Yes, as an individual, so it's worth checking that out, because again, I've used papers from a collection. However, the papers is now gone, and I say unfortunately, I don't mean it in a horrible way, but unfortunately it has. But yeah, absolutely, get the vellum. You literally get that vellum. So I'm just going to take away the pieces that I don't want. So you use all the waste pieces, use your die cleaning brush or your pokey tools. Did you see the... Oh, I keep calling it a cartload. It's not a cartload, Debbie.
Craft vault.
Craft vault.
That's my
Earlier,
fault,
yeah. So there's
cartload.
lots of things that you can get your hands on still. And these just poke away all the waste bits, although Debbie's done it again. Band-Aid. I do it all the time. Don't be so rough with them, Debbie. Don't be so rough. It's a really beautiful, delicate die, especially when you see it against, and I will just take that off just for a second, because I'm going to come and use it again in a minute. This one cuts directly into the cardstock. Using the frame, you create this beautiful, delicate piece that you can see just there. However, just want to use another colour. Just get rid of that one and clean that out, because I'm just going to use an element of this cardstock to cut out a trunk piece.
A what?
A trunk piece.
A trunk piece.
The trunk, yes. The trunk of the card. Am I going to get away that way? No, we'll run it through there, it's fine.
Whilst you're cutting, Laurel's in saying hi from North Carolina. I'm just a little bit late. Hello, glad to see Debbie. We'll do some demos. Yes, Debbie's been doing lots of demos today. Lol, you too, Ben. Hi, G Marie. He says I've just ordered. Oh, I've just ordered the embossing folders. Shh. And the Totally Tiffany Hero tool. Shh. Hi again, Debbie, says Lynn Harvey. Hi, lovely Lynn. The wonderful social superstar and everyone. Alicia says, Ben, are you okay? I'm all right. I'm all right. Just about. And Kay says, I love your dress, Debbie. You look beautiful today, as you always do.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
You do look
Thank
beautiful
you.
today, yeah? As you always do.
Oh, I give over with the compliments. I get all shy. All shy. Now, what I've done with this, you can see when you don't use that out of frame, it stays connected into your cardstock.
Yeah.
But what I'm after is, and I'm doing it a cheats way, but this is what you can do when you've got this at home. I just want to take out the branch part, rather than having to colour it in, because you could cut it out into white cardstock. However, I'm just going to snip away, just release all of that. There we go. Because I'm just taking my little snippy scissors and releasing the Weeping Willow, do we call this again?
Well, that's what I'm sure it is. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure it's the Weeping Willow, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just to release that from the cardstock. And I'll just go across the top pieces. And because all I'm wanting from this is that gorgeous branch. So I've taken that out, and then we're going to chop away at all these pieces. So if I just carefully with my little scissors, go around. That's what I love about Beautiful Beginnings. We can do this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can show you all these little tips and techniques. And things like that.
What it's all about.
It is, yeah. And again, it's just an easier way, instead of having to colour, you can just, but to be fair, if you love colouring, this one's a lovely one for that. Cut it in white and then colour it in with your greens and your browns to create your bark effect. But what I'm just going to do is snip away all that detail.
I keep wanting to break into song every time you say snip away.
Snip away?
A snip away, a snip away, a snip away. In the craft room, the lady craft room, Debbie crafts tonight, snip away, a snip away.
Bit of Tight Fit. It weren't their song though, Warwick. Tight Fit from the early 80s.
What?
A Tight Fit song, that Giant Lion Sleeps Tonight, weren't it?
The Tight Fit, yeah.
It was Tight Fit, but it wasn't initially their song, I don't believe. It was someone else's. Yeah, they did a cover.
Well, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was a cover of it, but you're young. You're not going to know that. So you're younger than me.
Away, snip away.
Snip away, snip away. Oh my God, can you imagine?
It was the Tokens that sang it
there. Look at that, producer Johnny on his on the ball, yeah, absolutely on the ball. Now, when you snip that away, you can just pop that over the top, so it creates that lovely bark, and then you've still got your lovely weeping willow. So that's what we'll aim towards. However, I want a background piece. So this is when your lovely stencil set is going to come into its own, because you've got lots of different features on there. I'll just move it off. In fact, I'll pop it on this darker cardstock so you can see. You've got your, now then, they're not floaters. What are they called?
Oh, they're water reeds, aren't they? What did you call them, a floater? They were another band around the same time, probably, as the Tokens in the early 60s. Remember the Floaters? They had a... Yeah, you check out the Floaters. They had a big... Actually, just got... I'm not going to Google Floaters. There was a band called the Floaters in the 60s, and they had a big hit. And what, the Floaters? What was their big hit? They had a big song. Float on by the Floaters. There you go. I wonder if they lived on the Poo Poo Road. Oh, you started this, not me. Right, let's move on. Those are called rushes, aren't they? Water.
Thank you. I know they float on the top of the water. What am I doing there? Flying on top of water. I know what I meant. Yeah. I know what I meant. They float on the top of the water, don't they? Do they float on top of water? Are they like? Are they embedded in the back?
They're in the. They don't just float. They're in the. They're rooted, aren't they? In the.
Well, can we go back to the stencil just for a second, please, if we could, just for a second. Please excuse my choice of terrible words, but we've got lovely little ripples along the lakes or the pond or whatever it is they're floating on top of.
Yeah. And
then you've got all of those, what did you call them again? Bushweeds? Bulrushes.
Bushweeds.
Can I just say, I'm very well uneducated sometimes. I just can't remember what they're called. That's my problem. I'm struggling with words. I do apologise, Ben. I know the water lilies.
The water lilies, yeah.
The water lilies there. And we've got some mountains as well. So you've got some mountains. So you can start to build up your sea.
Oh dear, it's so funny tonight.
So we'll do that, shall we? Shall we add a little bit of colour? Let's go in with a bit of grasshopper, and we'll do that with, and this is when you can section some off and just take your little finger dabbers or your masking tape to mask off areas. But this is when you're just going to use it as a stencil, and we'll create a few of the water lilies.
Yeah.
On the.
Can I ask a question?
Ask away, just don't expect a sensible answer.
Ask away, ask away. Cattail. Everyone's messaging cattails now. Cattails, cattails, cattails.
Cattails?
What do you mean cattails? What does that mean? Why are you all saying cattails? Oh, bulrushes you call cattails.
Right, I get it, yes.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had a question from Deb.
Yep.
Can anyone help? Can you use blending ink pads as water reactive pads? So I suppose you mean the do you mean the opaque pads?
So, because these are, the water reactive are for blending and distressing, but so are the opaque pigment ink pads, you can blend with them as well.
Yes.
So yes, I'm assuming that's what they mean.
Deb.
Maybe, possibly.
Deb, yeah.
Yeah, Deb.
Let us know, Deb, if that's what you mean. But yes, you can blend with the opaque as well as the water reactive.
So what I'm going to do is just add a few more onto there. Sorry, we've derailed it again, haven't we?
I know,
I
and
do
it's
it all the
funny,
time.
though.
I'm so sorry.
No, I love it. That's why I love it when you're here.
So again, I'm just using, just to start building up your scene, and you can start to see now how it all comes together. Put your ripples in. So if we pop some ripples in there, let's use a blue. Let's go in with a darker blue. Oh, I'll use this polar blue. This is a nice one from the Frosty and Bright collection. And you can use that to go across, so it's like rippling water going across. It's I love stencils. I love how creative you can get with them to build up your picture of what you want to create in that background, and start to see it starting to come together. Add a few more in there, and then we'll start adding other little bits of ink in a second, but you can start to see how it starts to really form and come together. And then I'll put some mountains in there as well, because I've got the mountain one. So we'll go in with, let's go in with, yeah, I think I'll use green topaz for this. So, oh, actually, I'll use my grasshopper first. So again, I'm just going to use a touch just onto there. You could use it for all sorts of different colours though. Take all your colours, line up your different mountains. So let's go in with a different green. Let's go in with that green topaz, just over the top, and have them in the background.
Oh, wow.
So again, you're starting to build up and tell a little story there in that background. And you can even have the reflective part of it. So you could go in and use like a grey or a lighter shade, and I'll just use just a touch on that, just rather than going back in with the ink, to create a little bit of a shadow effect onto your water. So it like creates a shadow, and you can start to see now how it's really building up. And then again, just add more detail. If you want to add a bit more, just do that. You've got the stencil to do it, to create it. And then literally, let's just make sure I've got that floating in the middle of the mountains. Again, just start adding more colour into it, and you can already start to see how that comes together. And then you'll add your design over the top. So now you can see that coming together really well.
Yes.
And the one that I've done, the only difference that I've done with mine, because I've stuck all of my pieces down into this, I'm just going to move that to one side, is I just went over the edge with the colours just to give it a little bit more shading, and the oasis underneath, so it creates that skyline as well. So I'm just going to move those to one side. You saw how easy it was to do that. You're just going to have the fun creating it. Every single time you get this out, this set, you are going to have a lot of fun with it. And then that's ready to go onto a card front. We'll clean all this up in a second. But we've got other elements in here as well. So I've got that gorgeous bridge card. I absolutely love this. And this is the outer part of that die has got an outer cutting edge all the way around. But this bit is the bit that will create that connecting card, because it's just a score line. So if you want to make those fancy card places, absolutely you can. Then you've got a matte part, but they're all three separate dies that will work on their own as well as together. And I'm just going to use a little, again, just a little piece. We'll die cut that through. And again, we'll use that to add a little bit of decoration onto my card.
Hi to Samantha and Meave and Anne and Jay Ellen. Loads of you getting in touch this evening. Roseanne Baker, hi to you. Or hi to Charlotte, who says, ha 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 ha, Debbie. I just love you. You make me laugh so much every time you are on. Thank you so much for the giggles. It makes me laugh every time. If I see look down my rotor and I know I've got TV Wi-Fi on, I know it's going to be a day full of laughter and inspiration. That's what you want here, isn't it? That's what you get with Debbie as well, I tell you what. Melanie D echoes that and says, I am so enjoying the show and all of the giggles, and of course the beautiful demos too.
Oh, thank you.
Nice
That's
to have
very
you back.
kind of you, thank you. So when you get that cut out, you've got your beautiful, you've got your beautiful bridge.
Yeah.
Poke out all your pieces, and this is when you can start to add and build up layers. So it's like going across that bridge across there again, bringing in all that rest of the details. So I'm going to start to build up my card in a second. So I've got all my bases ready, but there's other things in this collection, and everything works so wonderful because it's a Sara signature collection at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you've got stamps and dies to create your water lilies as well, which I just love. So stamp up your images, then do the die cutting because they've all got their individual die cut, and then colour them in so that you end up with your pieces. And this is when you can really go to town with your flowers, as I often do, but I stripped it back a little bit. I behaved myself, didn't go too mad, and just coloured them in with your colouring mediums, but always stamp, die cut, and then colour in a lovely top tip from our Craig, and then you can start to add all of these pieces together. So let's go in, and again, this is a big card. I've gone for an 8x8 card. Use that vellum. This is the paper that came with that collection. However, use the vellum. If you've gone for the 8x8, which you'll find on the website, might not be on the show, but it'll be on the website.
It is, yep.
And it's all the same patterns that are in the papers as well, running through there. And vellum always looks lovely. Again, I do apologise that you might have missed out on this.
The pad, the floral pad.
Yeah, just beautiful it was. But I'm just going to bring it in because I'd already planned this when it was in stock.
But the fact that it's out of stock tells me that a lot of people have it. You know? So that's the good news.
Yes, absolutely. And that's just going to act as a little background drop for my card to sit onto and just give it, again, a little bit of framing, really, around where I've got the white. So let me just make sure I stick that down properly. I'm going to use my tape pen again because it's a coated surface. So let's go in with that super strong adhesive. Still can't get over the 8 in the craft vault. 8 tape pens. I mean, goodness gracious me.
Those deals still live as well, aren't they, I think?
Yep, absolutely. Let me just make sure I've got that straight because I know what I'm like. Not that I've got wonky eyes, but I have. And I have to make sure that I've got things wonky eyes. Do you know when you see things and you put it down, you think it's straight, and then you look at it again thinking, so when I'm at home and I'm composing my cards and making my cards, I always lift it up and put it in front of me so I can see, because do you know when you're looking down, you can't always see that it's straight? I know you're looking now, aren't you? Because you look at it and you think, looks a bit wonky. That's why I always pick up. What are you doing? What's all this? What's all this?
I don't know, it just looks like it should go like left a little bit, maybe.
A whaty?
Left a little bit, that way.
That way?
No, that way.
Oh.
No, that way, on the
that
screen.
Way?
If you're looking at the screen, yeah. And
look, you're making me question myself now.
It looked like it was a little bit too far over right. I wouldn't have noticed, but now you mentioned it. Yeah.
You cheeky little devil.
No, because I wouldn't have done that there. But then when you pointed it out, I was like, oh yeah, it isn't quite, but now it's perfect.
Thank you. You are so kind. But you do, that's what I do. And sometimes, if like especially when girls lived at home with me, I used to say to them, just have a look at this card for me. Does it look straight to you?
Do you think it's like when you put a picture up, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah,
and you
definitely.
Put it there, then you stand back a little bit further, and then you're like, oh, that's not straight. And you go forward and straighten what you think straight, and you go back again, and it's still crooked. You're there all day.
Yeah. Now, I've taken one of the stamps and I've popped, thank you for your kindness, just popped a little foam pad, matted and layered that. Now, before I start sticking all of this down, I'm just going to try and have a little think, because I've got my flowers that I still want to go on there. So, yeah, I'm going to take this up into that top corner. Now, on that die set and the stencils, there are some really cute little dragonflies. There's a cute butterfly on there. So cut away, and these will be those little embellishment pieces that you're going to pop around your card. I'm going to use my tacky glue. I'll switch to me different glues again. I'm like this all the time, Ben. I switch and chop and change between my glues. But again, let's just go in and put the embellishment parts in. And again, choose which ones you want, how many you want to die cut, multi-layer them if you want, but just have them there because they just add that little extra dimension to your project. And you can already see I'll have one floating up in the tree. Let's pop that up there. Let's go up there, there we are. So floating away. And then literally all I'm going to do now is add on here. Now I'm debating. Let's have a little look.
Oh, nice.
I know, I get like this because I do look at things and think, yeah, quite like that. Yeah, I'm going to go there. Right, 3D cloud look. I can see you looking because you... and this is another thing. I sometimes ask people's opinions, you know, before I actually stick anything down. If there's someone lying around, what do you think to this? Do you think this looks okay?
I just find, especially if Sara's on it, she asks my opinion of something, she always chooses the thing that I don't choose.
Does she really?
Yeah, it's the same when I'm at home though. Like if Laura says, oh, what do you think about this? And she'll always choose the other option to the thing that I choose. So. No, I was just looking at the lily pads and I was just thinking, like, if you did them in a different colour, they could be like, does anyone else think this? I always think when I see them, they could be like little bits of lime or lemon that you could, do you know what I mean? If you did like a little cocktail card or something.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm glad that's not just me that thinks that then.
No.
Good news. I was just also looking at this thinking that this is, I think, my favourite make of yours of the day.
Oh, bless you.
No,
Thank you.
I do. I really, really love it. It's very, very pretty.
It's I love it. Sometimes I never know when to stop though, Ben. I am a little bit terrible for that because I think sometimes I throw everything at cards.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just nice. But again, just using that collection. Obviously, I'm going to let that dry. But you can see how you can start to build up and tell a little bit of a story with your background, with the tree, with the little extra embellishments, with the water lilies, and just tie it all in to create a really nice piece.
That is
Thank you.
an absolutely beautiful card. Let us know in the comments what you think. Patty's just come in to say, very pretty card. Let us know how much you loved it as well. I'll just quickly recap on this bundle for you, then we're going to give you a bit of time to check out your baskets as well. Already halfway through the show, it's flown over. Just seeing the comments here, I know you guys are loving this show as much as we are bringing it to you, having a bit of fun, showing you some great ideas as well, and some great prices. What a buy this is tonight. If you love the idea of recreating that card that Debbie has just shown you, then get this collection. £36 platinum, $44. That's that amazing ornate bridge die that Debbie was using. So you've got all the different components there to use that in so many different ways, and then combining that with this set here, which is that beautiful stencil, and then all of the other components as well. You've got that weeping willow die in there. Again, love the fact that Debbie was showing us that you can die cut that out and snip into that. Loads of snippability with this particular set, and you've got lots of other added embellishments with more of those dragonflies included in there. There's the beautiful border die. That's the water lily border. That again, if you want to see that in sort of project form, go back to watch Wake Up Call this morning because you'll see Debbie making a beautiful project with that one. Then this one here, which I think is one of the most beautiful dies in the set as far as I'm concerned. Certainly one of the most super usable. More dragonflies there, but you've got that gorgeous water lily frame, which again is going to allow you to create the most stunning cards. Nice and easy to craft with. If you want a paper piece, if you want to add a little sentiment in the middle, but it's going to work not just across this particular collection, but a whole host of other collections that you'll have from us. We've got sentiments in there in sort of swash form. You've got believe, smile, dream, happy, birthday, and thank you. Then you've got that beautiful dainty dragonfly. Now, daisy about that, is there? I mean, come on, that's absolutely stunning. And then, of course, you've got all of the water lily stamp and dies in there too, which Debbie was using on that last demo. We're not done because then you're also going to get your 6 1-meter lengths of ribbon included too. And then you get a set of beautiful stamps in there as well, the Dragonfly Dreams, with lots of lovely sentiments, things like birthday wishes, you are special to me, dream big, thank you for your kindness. There's loads in there. In all essence, it's an £80, $100 bundle. It's £45 or $55. It's £36 or $44 if you're shopping in the US and you're platinum. The comments that have come through about that card, you are loving it. I've got a feeling that could be a strong contender for demo of the show. Gorgeous, says Corinne. Roseanne, very pretty card, Debbie. I love what you did with the tree. What a great tip. Jackie says beautiful. Maureen says hello. It's cold evening. Thank you for all being there. Can't beat having Debbie with her wonderful creations. And thank you to Samantha, Olga, Maureen, Barbara, Linda, Carol, Meave, and more, who all agreed what a lovely last little demo that was. Get to the checkouts. When we come back, we've got lots more to show you. We've got those heritage dies on the show, which we're going to have a look at next. They've been proving very popular, but head to the checkouts and we'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? Yeah. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
My name's Craig Laird. I work at Crafters Companion. I am a craft expert where I get to play with lots of crafty goodies from Crafters Companion, and hopefully we're here to inspire you with lots of crafty things that you can do. So my crafting journey, that started many years ago, actually just over 20 years ago. I actually came across crafting on UK Shopping TV. I was unwell at the time, and I was just channel surfing, just having a look to see what was on TV, and then I came across who has now become my friend, Debby, and I thought, oh, quite like that bit of crafting that she's doing. I purchased some crafty goodies, and before you know it, here I am, all these years later, doing what I'm doing with Crafters Companion. So believe it or not, none of my family or friends are actually very creative. So the creative side in me has actually just progressed naturally. As I have progressed, I've become really good friends with many craft experts out there in the industry, and they're the ones that inspire me. Then coming to Crafters Companion, Crafters TV, and interacting with all the crafters at home, seeing what they make. I am a huge advocate for social media because you get to see lots of things that everyone makes at home, and that does inspire me as well. Many years ago, before I started here at Crafters Companion, believe it or not, I didn't have a lot of confidence. I didn't go out a lot, I didn't do much. Now, with Crafters Companion and Crafters TV, it's given me so much confidence, self-belief. My biggest crafting success, I'm going to have to pick two. One of them is appearing on HSN America. I was really lucky a couple of years ago to actually go to Florida with Sara to see how it all works behind the scenes. An incredible juggernaut that the shopping TV is at HSN. That for me is an incredible proud moment. I will never ever forget when all of you incredible crafters at home voted enough for me to be in the running of the 2021 Male Craft Personality of the Year. Was such a humbling feeling. I was so proud. I was so grateful. Our Crafters TV audience are absolutely incredible. For me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers, and the support that I get. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise, but if you just want that interaction, you just want to have that chat away about anything random in life, onto social media, onto Crafters TV, you know that you're going to get that support, you're going to get that understanding when it comes to the crafters at home.
There he is. We love him, don't we? The hottie Scotty himself, our Craig. We crafty bestie. We love him. He's in tomorrow as well, actually.
Oh, yeah, because we weren't seeing each other again until Sunday. And it turns out we're both together again tomorrow because you've got me again tomorrow, along with our lovely Craig.
Yes, you've got Wake Up Call tomorrow, haven't you? And
yes.
What's your masterclass tomorrow, is it?
Yes, masterclass on embossing folders. And there's some techniques as well that have been, well, actually, some techniques that somebody has questioned in about, and I'm going to cover it in the shows. So,
lovely. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, lovely lineup tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, I'll be in just that latest show with Tiffany, the US Warehouse Clearance show. We've got a 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, 2-hour show with Tiffany. And thank you to Stephanie Theodos, who says, I need to watch all the shows today. I love it when Ben and TV wifey Debbie are on together.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Stephanie. Is this
Thank you. Stephanie,
yeah, thank you. That's lovely.
And do go back and watch. There's been some terrific shows today. If it's fast-paced fun and deals you want, Craft Vault. And again, if you want some lovely demos, from that Dancing Dragonfly collection, and actually from this collection as well, go back and watch Wake Up Call from this morning. Some lovely shows today, if I do say so myself. Let's have a look at the Heritage Die collection. This proved popular this morning, actually. Debbie did a lovely demo, which you will see if you missed it, actually. The demo that Debbie did this morning, you actually voted for as your demo of the show, so you'll see that later on when we do the votes. Really lovely box that Debbie made using these Heritage Dies. And you'll describe this better than me, but these were launched because they were alongside kind of like the kind of decorations that you would see in like historical houses.
Historical houses, stately homes and things like that, because Leanne took the inspiration from those places where they've got those beautiful ceiling roses. And really, I mean, nesting dies to start with are just a must-have. Any crafter stash should have a good set of nesting dies, a good set of decorative nesting dies as well as your straightforward ones. But she wanted to bring in like a little bit of a different twist with them. So although they are nesting dies, they've got elements of embossing detail, so you can create that lovely historical heritage look within these die sets, and they're just phenomenal. I absolutely love them. I was involved in the launch with these, and they've been a firm favourite since, and I'm so pleased that we've had them back today, because it's been a while since I've worked with these. Actually quite a long time since I've worked with them, so it's been lovely making with them again. But you can see with our gorgeous Ben what we mean by that heritage theme.
Yeah, they are stunning. And do you know what I love about these as well? In the fact that you've obviously got that traditional sort of nested appearance to these, so you know, running everything through to create this sort of design here. We give you smaller embellishment dies as well, which you can use very, very cleverly. But I love the fact that they've been designed in such a way. And Debbie did, again, I'll show you in a bit. Debbie did this brilliantly on the box earlier on, but then just like a little twist of one of the dies to create, you know, a little bit of detail with like a diamond shape in there. They just all work absolutely beautifully together. It's such a great system. And again, the depth and detail that you get of these heritage dies is stunning. So again, all from their sort of own different, I don't know, it was almost like an own different time period, really, because you've got an antique chic there. This one's based on Edwardian, so that's Edwardian elegance. I mean, again, look at the detail that you've got in all of the dies that you're going to be receiving there. This one is a Venetian, so Venice Venetian charm. Then you're going to get the next set. This one is called your Heritage Scrolls. Absolutely beautiful design in here. And this one particularly, you can sort of really see where you know, Leanne's taken inspiration from. You know, I always think of like the National Trust houses that you can go and visit here in the UK. A lot of them have got those old sort of Edwardian or Georgian decoration in them. Then you've got the beautiful Baroque. If you smell what Baroque is cooking. And then lastly is another Georgian, the Georgian swirls there as well. So much to love about these. Like Debbie says, like, you know, every good craft collection I think has a wonderful set of nesting dies, and you're not going to get much more decorative and detailed than this set of heritage dies. Should be what, $77.94, $89.70. You're saving $23.94 or $27.70 today. But then if you're platinum, like we know the majority of you are, £43.20 or $49.60 is what you'll be paying today if you want to pick these up. Worth bearing in mind as well that if they are on the best ever price, and if you just decide you want to try a couple of these, you can go on a 2 for $22 or 2 for $25 deal as well. So do check that out. Right, we are going to go over to Debbie just to have a look at this collection. Which one of the sets are you going to be crafting with?
I mix it up a little bit because I did one of the squarer ones earlier on today. So I'm going to use the Heritage Scrolls. I love this one.
Lovely.
Each one will do that. So you're going to get 5 in this particular set. And on here, this is the one that will cut out, but it will also do the embossing features as well. So that particular die, and we've said with all of these, this main part, that largest die, has got a cut-out feature on the outside as well as the inside of the frame. So that's a lovely piece in itself, and the embossing detail of these gorgeous scrolls. These are the next 3 dies, and they all fit in beautifully with there. I would say to you, when I get these home, and I did say this all the way through the launch, multi-cut lots of different layers and have a play with them and have a dabble with them, so you can see how they work. I'm just going to do this one first because I want to show you that embossing side to it. So I'll just push those to one side for the time being. Now you're going to run this through your normal platform with the die cutting machine. So let's just run that through. I think I take that down, she says. She hopes.
Soon find out.
I'm taking rubber embossing mat. That will go in underneath as well at the same time. But you don't do it at the same time, you do it separately. So when you take that out now, that will have die cut for me, but what it hasn't done, it hasn't embossed. So I'm just going to remove my magnetic shim, pop that back down. You can take this piece out if you want to at that point, but I'm going to leave it in just so you can see, pop your rubber embossing mat on the top and then your other clear cutting plate. And this now does the embossed side. So it's die cut the main part, but the scrolls have got an embossed detail, and it's always worth it whenever you see a die that doesn't have an outside cutting edge, and I'll show you in a second when I take it off there.
Ask that, yeah.
So we can establish what the difference is between the two. But before I do, Ben, I'm going to leave that in situ. So let's just take that off. Let's remove that one. Creates a nice aperture, by the way. But again, I'm just going to remove that tape. And then I'm going to take my middle piece out. And I say the middle piece because it does cut it out separately as well. So take that piece out. Leave that in situ there, and then take your inks, because this is crying out to be inked. Not only has it been embossed beautifully, but I'm going to use, I think I'll use my lemon tonic. Although looking at this colour, I feel like I've had a bit of orange on that one, but it doesn't matter because you'll get the gist. Just use the die as a stencil. So if we just take that ink all the way around, what you've got now is a beautiful die cut frame, also lovely embossed detail with the scrolls. And then the inking part means that you've been able to colour it in really easily with minimal effort, and looks absolutely stunning. Now the die itself, if I just bring it in, I'm trying to bring in a darker, piece of dark card to show you. The outside cutting edge is raised on the die, on the outside and the inside, but these don't have a die cut, they've got no raised edge. That is an embossed detail to your die. So you'll see the difference between the two. A die cut has got a raised element, not a blade, but we call it blade, but we don't mean blade because it's just a raised line, so to speak, cutting line. And then that detail is all the embossing detail. So for these dies, if you didn't put it through with the purple shim, it'd just be flat. You wouldn't get that embossed image through. So it is absolutely paramount that Leanne's designed these for a reason. And this is why you've got that extra detail. Not only is it beautifully embossed and raised, it's got that lovely scroll detail that is well worth doing the extra embossing detail with your purple shim. And then, of course, we've got all the extra elements. So we'll die cut all of those pieces out. Let's just pop that to one side. Move your ink pad out of the way, Debbie, because I know what will end up happening. You've got lovely pieces in there. And don't forget, this pad you're going to be able to use either to sit back in or in a different colour, which is what I've gone for my particular one. But don't throw that away, because that's another mat that you can be using. So let's go in now and bring in the other two pieces for those other little frames. Let me move that out of the way, because we don't want that now. Run that in. And run that through your die cutting machine. These pieces as well, the smaller ones, they'll fit through your smaller machines. The largest of the dies, you're going to need a Gemini Junior or a MIDI upwards. You wouldn't be able to get it through your small machines. So let's just pop that in and then run that through.
Keep the comments coming through. Tracy Kukaka says, I'm looking forward to getting my boxes delivered soon. What you're getting in your boxes, Tracy, let us know. And our little sandbox says, wow, I love embossing folders, but I struggle with them, so I'm looking forward to the masterclass. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m, 9 a.m. And Anne Fleming Meyer says, I've had so much fun with these dies, nesting, standalone, and also mixing up the paper colours as well. It's super versatile, and you hit the nail on the head. Like, you need a good set of nesting dies in your crafting selection,
absolutely you do, because these are lovely frames. I mean, you frame a picture behind the back of one of those, including this one. They all work together beautifully, but you've got options with these, and they nest inside each other as well. So they really are more than a one-trick pony, these. But of course, that lovely heritage theme, if that's how you want to use them, how Leanne intended them for them to be used. But again, look, you've got pieces that you can reuse. We think they're the waste, but they're not the waste at all. Every single bit of this, even down to the little small circular one out of the frame, you've got, because every single one cuts, and this is what I love about them, which is why they stand out from normal nesting dies. They cut separate frames, as well as sitting inside of each other. So they sit inside of each other absolutely perfectly. And then you've got the element of the twisting and the turning as well. So die cut yourself a few in different colours. So and that's exactly what I've done. Put the waste pieces up there. I've die cut lots of different ones in greens, in whites. I've got the yellow one. I've got a white in the circular one, another gold one there. Multi-cut lots and then have a play.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring in my card base first, because what I'm going to do with this one, I feel like I've got a floating thing going off here. A floating theme, because I'm creating a floating card.
You've been on the floating theme tonight, haven't you? Non-stop. Floating this, floating that, floaters here, floaters there, floaters everywhere.
So this measures at 7.5 by 6, and I've scored it in at 1.5 inches, because I want this little tab to have 1.5 inches. Do you know, if someone's going to ask me about the paper pad, I'm going to tell you right now, I can't remember.
Isn't that...
it's one of the... Is it the Knitwits?
Knitwits?
Yeah, I think it's one of the
Homebody
Knitwits.
or Kindly Thoughts?
I think it could be Kindly Thoughts. Yeah, I think it could be Kindly Thoughts.
Yeah.
But that's going to sit in the backdrop of my card, so in the inside part. Now then, I hope I haven't lost that acetate now. There it is. So I've got some acetate. All of our heavyweight acetate comes with a protective film over the top, and I can see, because it's got a bit of a cloudy look, that I haven't taken off my protective film. Normally I do. But just grab your poker tool, and you'll find if you can't pick it up on the first, turn it over, and you'll be able to pick it up on the other side.
I know someone will ask, is it all our acetate, did you say, that comes with the film on?
So all of our heavyweight acetate has the film on.
Right.
Yeah. The only one that doesn't is the heat resistant. Yeah, also the heat resistant one. But most of it's got protective film on. It's to protect your acetate while it's in transportation, coming out from where it's being made, and it just protects it, because it can mark, and that's the last thing we want you to do.
Exactly.
Exactly. So we have that on there for you. So I've just lined it up over the top, because what I'm going to do is create a little tab for it to sit onto. So the acetate measures at the same bit as my base card. So that is going to go across there. So now I've got this flap. There's an acetate see-through one. And what I've done is, I've exactly the same for the size-wise, it's 6 inches. I've cut 1.5 by 6 because it's going to sit at the other end. So it's got this floating. Normally I do them on the tent version, so that way round, but I'm going to have it this way round. So I'm just going to pop on my tape just onto the back. Line that up with, and I hope I've not gone, because that's the only problem with acetate. It's wonderful stuff, but oh my days, it's invisible. Oh, I'm not going to get away with that. It's fine. I'll compensate. It's fine.
We're going to just pop.
Yeah, it's just a little bit skew whiff, but it's okay. I'll get away with it.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, because I can trim that little bit off. But now you can start to see it coming together. And I've got myself a couple of little panels that I'm just going to pop into those panels. And again, I've just used that cardstock and also popped on there some lovely little gems that I love a good gem. Anybody who knows me very well. I very rarely make a card these days without adding some gems on there. So just popping that on either side, and that frames that card perfectly.
Lovely.
And then what we're going to do, oops, get that on the right way around. There we go. Is we're going to now add into the centre panel, because I've got the floating element of the card, but what we're going to do now is add on the extra pieces. So bringing that in line, and I've chosen colours that match that cardstock. So we're just going to pop our glue just onto, and this is when you can lift it with foam pads, you can lift it with 3D collal glue, lift it with anything really, and then start to play with your mats and layers. So if I just pop that across there now, that sits in that centre. What we're going to do is we're going to place one of those green ones, but instead of going into the cardstock, I'm going to twist it.
Oh yeah?
So I'm going to have a little twist. I'll bring my dotty tape pen in for this.
Is this something which is, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't think of the word, it's been a long day. But like on the boards here, you see that these nesting dies sit obviously beautifully inside each other, but then with a little twist, they look amazing. Is that something which is just, you will find with this particular collection, or do you find with most nesting dies that a little twist here and there?
You can do, but you don't get this grand look, this heritage feel, like the ceiling rows that you have in those grand houses, and that's why it's got that design. So yes, they're a great set of nesting dies. Yes, you can have a little play around with them, but what you've got is ornate detail on all of the outside dies, and then all the filigree designs as well, which for me is they're just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to bring in one of the gold ones, and I'm going to lay it where the points go up on either side as well. So, and this is what I'm saying. Have a little play and configure and see which way round you like it when you're popping this on. Do you know, you just see a little bit that's remained inside. Out you get. You're not staying in there.
Just to say again, Patty's just asking the papers that Debbie's using. We think that one with the flower on is the Knitwit Kindly Thoughts.
Yeah. And then this is when you start to play. So I'm going to take one of the white ones and I'm going to turn it. Instead of going over the top, I'm going to turn it and then just turn that over the side like so. And again, I'm just going to use my dotty tape pen just to create the non-stick, because I love our dotty tape pens. I cannot wait for them to come back into stock. I hope it's soon, Ben, I hope it's soon. And I'm just going to line that up into the centre like so. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place this now inside. So I'm going to, instead of just carrying on layering, I'm going to place on the inside. So I did say to you about the waist.
Yeah.
I die cut in a green cardstock, the frame again, but rather than embossing it, I can put that to one side. And that's when you don't emboss, you can't see that detail as much. So it's always important to do that. But what I'm going to do is take that inside, because I'm going to act as an inside mat. Now I'm going to use a bit of wet glue with this because I want to slide it into place. And so I'm going to put it down where I roughly think it would be, but then to get it in position so it looks like it's part of the card, there you go, just use a bit of the wet glue. And then we'll have a little play with these. So again, we could be twisting and turning. I'm going to sit this one neatly in as a nesting part. So yeah, so we talk about those mats being the waste, but they're not at all.
No.
You reuse them, cut them in different colours, and you get this lovely nesting look each and every single time. And then I'm going to finish that off with one of the golden ones. See what I mean about cutting yourself quite a lot in different colour, or different colours, or matching colours that match. Again, we'll go in a little bit, Katie, over the top. Katie Connor, just over the top. And then using that waist, I cut this into some white cardstock. Using the waist, I've stamped a thank you inside that centre. And just added a little bit of lemon tonic around the outside to distress. And then what you've got is now this lovely card. Oh, I'll just finish it off with a little ribbon, actually. Let me just, you know me and my ribbons, I love ribbons. Let's go in and pop a little bit over like so.
That is brilliant.
There you go. Gorgeous heritage dies. With the inside as well, taking a bit of centre stage. I think I need to move that back into position because I think I've wibble-wobbled it. Yeah, there we go. Absolutely gorgeous.
Can I change my mind and say I think that's my favourite now? That is brilliant.
Thank you.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Do you know what I also love about that as well is that we've talked a lot, certainly this week and last week as well, about making the most about the inside of your cards. We did a bit with Leanne, didn't we, about like your matting and layering, and Craig was chatting about it as well on shows recently. How good is that card there, giving you the maximum impact on the outside of your card and then max impact on the inside too. Stephanie just saying, I've just saved the shows under your name, Debbie, so I can find them again later. Gorgeous, says Mary Pat. Beautiful, says Linda. So lovely, says Meave Sievers. And Tracy says, wow, that is beautiful. Thea's joined us as well, saying, hoi, 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 pipaloi. And so many of you, Carol Bird is saying, very beautiful. Keep the comments coming in. Let's show some Debbie appreciation here. Lisa Whitmer, beautiful card. Let me show you all the dies you're going to get here. And then we're going to recap on the hero tool tonight, which is flying out of the door. These heritage dice, you've just seen a little bit of a sneaky peek there as to just how you can use these with all of the different features that they're going to bring to you. And don't forget, if you want to go back for more inspiration, you can go back to this morning's wake-up call show and see Debbie using one of the square sets. I will actually show you that box that she made because you'll be voting on it later on for the demo of the day. Venetian charms in here too. I mean, you got so much metal for your money in there. That one is the Heritage Scroll, so that one there is the one that you'll need if you want to be able to recap or make Debbie's card from this evening. If you don't want to go for the full selection, maybe just decide, oh, I want to make that card that Debbie's made there, pop that into your basket with another one of the sets that you've got here, and you can get any two for £22 or $25. That one's gorgeous as well, the Georgian Swells. The best value for money, obviously, is to go for the full set because you can get everything I've just shown you there for £43.20 or $49.60 if you're platinum. The comments coming through are off the chart. I mean, Kay saying, beautiful, Debbie. Wowzers, says Kay. Maureen Hagger says, gorgeous card, Debbie, such detail. Charlotte Everett, oh my goodness, this card is beautiful. How can we choose for demo of the show? Well, you're going to have to in about 15 minutes. Olga Vasquez says, I love it. And Patty Baumgartner says, very classy. Are we going to break or are we going to have a look at the the Hero Tour quickly. I thought we were. The Hero Tour has proved really, really popular this evening. 24-hour deal on this, don't forget. As part of Beautiful Beginnings, you get 2 of the store and goes in this particular bundle with, for free, the pearlescent card pack, which comes from the Vintage Butterflies collection. That is a lovely set of cardstock, 24 sheets that you're getting in total there, which you'll be able to store in your store and goes. This should be a £32, almost $43 bundle. You're paying £14.38 tonight for your platinum, or $18.38. Lots of these deals as far as Totally Tiffany is concerned on the website right now, because this week is all about getting organised with Tiffany. So do search the website for all of those deals. And if you want to see Tiffany in the flesh, she will be here tomorrow night. This time tomorrow, 6 o'clock. UK time, 1 o'clock Eastern, for a 2-hour warehouse clearance show. And don't worry, our UK viewers, we have got another show lined up as well on Friday, where Tiffany will be joined by Craig. Right, lots to do in the last sort of half hour. We're going to take a short break to give you time to check out your baskets. When we come back, we're going to squeeze in another demo with those floral creator card dies, and we've got 2 big votes coming up as well. Demo of the show, then demo of the day. So head away to the checkouts, come back and join us in about 3 or 4 minutes time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
My name's Michelle and I am the newest craft expert. My crafting journey began just after I had my daughter Alice, so she's 14 now. Long story short, I suffered with postnatal depression. My husband sort of noticed, took me to the doctors, and of all things, the doctor suggested colouring. Said it's so mindful, really helps. So anyway, my husband had noticed that I discovered the craft channels. Went out one day, came home with an amazing little craft kit for me, and that is where my addiction began. But one of my main inspirations is actually going onto our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and seeing what everyone else is making with the same stuff that we're making. As cheesy as it's going to sound, Debbie Robinson, Debbie Fisher, those are 2 of the main people that I watched a lot of. They are all so inspirational. Okay, so I absolutely love everyone that I work with. I don't have a lot of juicy gossip that I can share, but I will say Debbie Robinson is exactly what you see on screen. She is a laugh a minute. She is exactly what you see. So, you know, you think, oh, did they put it on for the camera? They don't. Debbie Robinson is definitely Debbie Robinson. And I love her, and she really does say all the time, what am I like? So other than crafting, I just love being at home with my family. I know that sounds cheesy, but my husband is the most amazing support for me. My kids are fantastically weird, odd, crazy, but perfect. But at the minute, I'm very focused on my health, so I'm exercising a lot. So I would say, other than craft, which takes up 23.5 hours a day, that my health and lifestyle, I think you would say. So I've had a few cards published in a couple of magazines as designer for the day. So that was sort of a really big deal for me. I loved it. And then I got accepted onto the Crafters Companion design team. Oh my God, the whole world could hear me scream with excitement. And then I got the call to come up and try out for this job. It is by far the most amazing, exciting thing I have ever done, and it's been life-changing.
Yay, lovely Michelle, lovely to see her face. She's not been brilliant recently, she's been a little bit poorly, but I know she's on the mend, so you'll be seeing Michelle again very, very soon. Hi to Paul Prince, who says, these guys are so much fun to play with. I've used them for Christmas cards and birthday cards. They work for men's cards also, which is quite nice, isn't it, to have that sort of masculine angle with these. Diane Schofield says, Debbie, I've loved all the cards that you have made today.
Aww. Thank you.
Alana says, I've just ordered the Academy of Colour. Yes, it's half price and the new texture embossing folders. What? The new texture embossing folders? Are they?
What are they talking about? What are they talking about?
They officially launch on Tuesday, but they're on the website.
And believe you me, I did try. Got an embossing special tomorrow and I did try because they're out of this world. That's all I'm saying, no more.
And hi to Philip Watson, who says, what was the cardigan problem with Corin that was mentioned with the wardrobe malfunction remark? So Corin basically has a bit of a tendency,
inside out problem?
A penchant, should we say, for putting the clothes on inside out. It first happened with me on a show, I can't remember when it was, maybe 3 or 4 months ago when we were sat on the sofas over there and wake up call, and all of a sudden she just went, ah! Like that. Oh, what is it? And she realised she had her dress on inside out. And then I think literally about 2 or 3 days later she did it again. When I wasn't here, and then since then she's done it again, hasn't she?
And I was working with her, and I swear it's catching, because I said to her, Corin, I went, is my dress inside out? And I swear to God, I said to her at the time, I had my dress on inside out. I said it was her, not cursing, but you know when those vibes running through, and I quickly, this was before I went to air, at least I didn't do it on air. Is all I'm going to say. Probably tags hanging out, and all wrong with. It depends on the dress you've got, you see, and your prints that you have. And if you've got a printed dress like the spotty one that she had on that time, it's understandable why you can get it wrong.
Yeah, I think
you
it's
ladies
hard.
Will know what we mean.
Well, I was going to say it's harder for you ladies as well, isn't it, with like dresses and stuff. For us blokes, I mean, it's pretty difficult to put your trousers on inside out, isn't it? Or a shirt. I mean, I suppose you could put a jumper on inside out, but yeah, no, I feel your pain. I was just checking that actually. I think it's on the right way. Anyway. My trousers on right? Yeah, good. Oh, I've got my shoes on the wrong feet. I knew there was something. Let's have a look at the framed floral creator card dies. These are absolutely beautiful. It will be the final demo of the day, and then we'll be getting all of the votes in as well. These are stunning. As I say, Debbie and I launched these, I can't remember when it was, back end of last year. Well, actually, maybe a bit further into last year than that, but these were gorgeous. They came with the beautiful watercolour papers that you're seeing behind here. We don't have these in the bundle now, but the price is reflective of that. And also, we are taking off more here, $25.97 or $30.85, bringing you these amazing dies, 6 dies in total, for just £20 or $23.20. If you saw Debbie's make with these a little bit earlier on, you'll appreciate just how easy and accessible it is to get crafting with these and create the most stunning cards. I mean, it was so lovely, the card that Debbie created earlier on, just creating her own watercolour background, a few mats and layers, and then just adding a beautiful little sentiment to it. You can create, this set basically, you can be as stripped back as you like with these, or you can really go to town with them. I love that set there, the traditional rose. Again, if you love doing your colouring, your paper piecing, creating your own watercolour backgrounds, these should be right up your street. And you've got 3 of the most beautiful florals in that collection, from the rose to the dahlia, and this one here, that blushing poppy. All of those you're going to get for just £20 if you're platinum, or just $23.20. We've got one final demo to squeeze in. So earlier on you used the rose.
But I'm going to use all 3. We're going big.
What, now?
Oh, of course. I know it's beautiful beginnings,
yeah,
but I want to take you through a little bit of a journey. So we've done some quite nice, straightforward cards. We'll do a little bit of a different card. We're going to go with a trifold card, and I've done mine. So in case you can't get hold of any A3 card stock, and I know we're waiting for the A3 card stock to come back in, I've used 2 pieces of A4 card stock.
A3 what? Multi-purpose?
Yes.
It's in.
What?
It was in. It's in.
What?
It's in.
Why did nobody tell me this?
I've just told you. 80 multi-purpose cardstock.
Right, I'm glad you've said that because I'm not going home till tomorrow, so I'm going to get hold of some because I need some. I absolutely love this stuff.
Let me double check that, but I'm sure it is.
Double check that for me. Because I ended up using 2 smaller pieces. However, hey-ho. I'm going to show you how to create this trifold card. So I've gone with 2 pieces of cardstock that measure the same. Again. Is it back in stock?
Out of stock.
Oh.
It was back in stock about a week ago.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry.
You know how to wound a girl. Right, let's go back into 11.5 inches by 5 3/4 inches, and I've scored it at 5 3/4 inches, so I've got a base of 5 3/4 inch square. That's what I've gone for.
Yep.
Cut that do that twice, and what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich those 2 together, and we're going to have a different flower on each one. However, I'm going to start with the double one because I'm going to go in with the dahlia, and I'm not using the outer frame. You know, I said to you about, because at the beginning demo that I did, I told you using the frame creates this outside piece frame that you can stick onto a patterned background or pattern paper or whatever it is that you want to do. This is going to enable me to cut into the cardstock. So we'll go in with the poppies. I love the poppies. And I'm just going to match those up. Just again, a little bit of low tack tape, holding it down. Top tip when you're using your low tack tape. Yep. Pop it on the inside rather than the outside, and that means these bits that cut away, you're not going to see too much. You know, if you do a Debby and rip it off like a band-aid, have no fear.
No, it won't
because
matter.
It won't matter.
Anyway. No.
Will not matter whatsoever. So because I'm cutting 2 pieces, I've gone for my bigger plates this time, but it is the standard platform, plastic shim, magnetic shim, Debbie, not metal. Good grief, I know it's late, but it's not that late. You can't differentiate between a metal to a magnet.
That's been a long day, though.
It feels like it. It does. It's been busy.
It's a busy day, isn't it?
I feel like I've been here all week, and it's only my second day.
I know.
I've got one more to do tomorrow, a couple of shows tomorrow, and then I'm back again Saturday and Sunday. Got no weekend. I am going to go home, yes. I want to go and see my grandkids on Friday, and I have got a little bit of prep to get sorted as well.
You are a busy bear.
Busy bee, yes, absolutely. The lovely thing about this job, Ben, is that I can see my grandkids during the day because I can work, and I always get creative. I don't know about anybody else watching. Do you get creative at night? Because I do. So I can work through the night and so it means I get the best of both worlds, and I love it for that reason. So we're very lucky here in getting to do what we do. But again, it just means I've got the best of both worlds. I get to do a fantastic job, and I get to see my grandkids as well at the same time. So it's
when you
lovely.
say you get creative at night, so do you craft through the night, or are you lying in bed and you'll go, oh, I've got a great idea?
I will craft at night.
Oh, you do?
So and that's why I love having my machines that don't have any electricity, so I don't wake anybody up.
Yeah.
I'm always conscious of my neighbours next door because it's their bedroom that's attached to my craft room.
Oh, okay.
Not in the same house, obviously.
No, but you're through the wall.
And the walls aren't that particularly thick, so I'm always conscious. And one of them, he works at the same place as my son does, and they get up incredibly early, ridiculously early shifts. So it's I'm very conscious.
And you're very considerate.
I am very considerate. I try to be. I feel I'm a considerate person.
I bet
yes.
you are. Well, you are.
Thank you. So now you can see that that's cut in, and you've got those 2 beautiful details. And then we're going to do the same with this one. So I'm going to attach this. Now this is going to have a background piece that will sit underneath there, but I want to create on my trifold, so I'm going to turn that over, and we're then going to sit the one that I haven't used, which is the Gorgeous Roses, although we did use it in that first demo. We're going to pop that on, and then this is when, again, you can get really creative. You can colour in with lots of different colouring mediums, create backgrounds. You've already seen me create a background. You can do absolutely that as well, and I'll show you how I've done mine. I will have to speed up that process, though, Ben, because time is of the essence, and it's running away with us. It's running away. However, I'll just quickly run this through and then show you how to put them 2 together, and my coloured in versions as well. But these are super simple, clean and simple, easy dies to use. But stunning flowers, lovely florals, lots of open space, perfect for all of your paper piecing techniques. If you love paper piecing, perhaps put some acetate behind the back, do a little bit of colouring with your mediums on the back there, create a little bit of a stained glass window flower effect. But honestly, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous florals.
Can you just recap on sizes again? Kendall just asked me what size paper did Debbie use?
Basically, an A4R fold on your Ultimate, or 11.5, and then cut down to 5 3/4, and then scored at 5 3/4, and it creates a 5 3/4. It means it sits into a 6x6 card envelope perfectly. If you buy your envelopes.
Yes.
If you buy a, because you can make your own.
You can make your own with us.
Yes, absolutely. So now what I've got is this beautiful piece as well. And look, talk about create a card. Instantly created a card because that's a card fold.
Yeah.
This is now going to sit into there. However, colour it in.
Yes.
So I'm going to bring in my coloured version. So I've taken, and I literally have it, and I have got to replace it now, but my Tri-Blend brush pen I used to create in the dark red blend, and I created lovely colours, poppies, use the dark in the centre, and I just used it to go around and literally colour that in. That now is going to sit in that centre. That's going to be the front part. So when it folds all nice and up, it's got this lovely feature to it. Yeah. I am going to add, now I did use some of that gorgeous cardstock just for that centre piece, but you've seen me create a background piece. You could absolutely do the same if you wanted. Or you could have it completely transparent on the rest of the card. And if you are going to do that, all you need to do is this piece, you just need to cut away and just have an 1/2 inch panel to then stick it together so you can create a trifold. But I want mine to sit into that centre, so I'm just going to wiggle that into place. I'm going to put my glue on the back, so I'm going to use dotty tape pen again. Don't you dare. Oh, it is. Let me just go and have it. I know, I just saw it then, I'm thinking, and it's one of my own. It's one of my own. So again, don't worry about this that's got that lovely colour coming through. That's the nature of an alcohol pen. It will always do that, regardless of what alcohol pen you use. So what I'm going to do is just attach those two together. So pop that on the top. And this is starting to come together now.
It really is.
Now what I'm going to do is, just on the back of these, is I'm just going to put some acetate.
Okay.
I want to give some rigidity to the card. So again, and what I've done is, because I'm using acetate, I've coloured it on both sides, just so it doesn't look odd. Do you know, like you just saw with that other one where you see the colour? You don't want that. So again, just colour it on both sides. I picked up the one that's barely got any left. I'm thinking, what on earth is going on? In fact, bin, because it's gone. And oh my God, we aren't, have we?
Yeah, you don't say we're running out of them in the business as well.
Are we really? How are we going to cope with that?
What are we going to do?
Oh no, I can't be dealing with that. I can't be dealing with that.
Don't want another great tape pen shortage, do we?
No, not at all. So that just creates that onto that front piece, and it gives me card rigidity as well. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Where's the acetate? There it is. Again, I've done exactly the same with this one. Again, just pop that all on there.
Good luck to those of you that are going to be voting in a minute, because I would not like to choose the demo of the show. These have all been amazing. You seem to keep trumping yourself.
Trumping myself? Excuse me?
You know what I mean.
Trumping myself? I know what you mean.
Debbie, you know what I mean. Let's not get on talking about that again.
So now what I've got is this beautiful design running all the way through, and it can be a trifold. And all I'm going to do is literally, I'll turn it around in a second because I'm just going to add a couple of little sentiments onto there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use, I think I might use a bit of white to make that pop a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the white. You can tell I love this with love. I absolutely use it, oh my days, so many times. It's one of my favourite sentiments. And I think I'm just going to pop that.
Wasn't that one of the freebies today in craft?
This one? Was we giving this away?
I'm sure that was in one of the bags on the
No
craft
way.
box. I'm sure it was.
No way.
I'm sure we were.
I've also cut out a special friend because I thought I'll give it a little theme. And you know what I'm like with my cards? I like to give my cards to my friend for her charity shop. So I'm going to give this to her for her charity shop. I'm just going to put the special friend down there as well. Are you having a look now to see if it's in your bag?
Yeah, but there's so
I
many.
can't remember if it was or not.
Bags.
I'm not sure. I know there was a couple in my bags, but I'm not really sure. But again, I'm just going to line that up and do a little bit of what we call a drop shadow, just slightly offsetting that. And there we go. And apart from adding a few little gems, which I'm not going to try and rush and do now because time literally has run away with us, and producer Joe say, quick, Debs, but there you go. A nice, beautiful card, a three-way card, trifold card, using your beautiful dies.
Well, knock me down with feather. That is absolutely amazing. Love this card, says lovely Roseanne Carbone. She says, I love it. It's so different and so beautiful. Oh, says Christine Mahoney, I love where this card is going. Love, love. I love where this is going, says Stephanie Theodos. It's amazing.
Well, because I brushed it Frames round it, so I'm just going to quickly pop my frames round while you're doing. Oh, actually, should we get the vote going?
We can get the vote going. I'll tell
Yeah,
you what,
of course we will.
If you stick those round,
No
I can
problem.
show the boards again, and then you'll have the finished doodah, won't you?
Thank you.
Hi to Carrie, says my scoreboard and envelope maker just came in the mail today. I'm so excited for this weekend to learn how to use it. Carrie, make sure you check out our Facebook and YouTube page as well for loads of inspiration there. And hi to Alana, who says I've got the Daisy collection delivered today. Whoop! It is even better in real life. And the comments are now flooding in for that last demo. Sally saying beautiful, Adriana, love it. And that was amazing, says Tracy. These are all the dies that you'll get in this collection. Don't forget 3 different beautiful florals creating as you've. I mean, what a great inspiration that was. And the great thing is now, if you're getting this collection today, you can get this home and then you can come back, watch this show, maybe bookmark it or playlist it on YouTube, and you can then recreate that card that Debbie has just shown you. You know, you've got so much inspiration with all of these dies and lots of different ways to be able to use them too. I love that. And like Debbie said, you know, Beautiful Beginnings are all about kind of like taking it back to basics just a little bit. But the first card that she made, stunning, but a little bit more, you know, back to basics if you like. And then this next card that you've just seen Debbie pop together there, showing you the kind of journey that you can go on, you know, the kind of things that you can make with these cards when you think out of the box just a little bit. All 6 dies you're going to get in this collection because you get the detailed die with each one and then that beautiful outer die too. This should be £50, $60. You're paying £20 or $23.20 today. And here we go. We'll have a look at this finished card with Debbie. There it is with the frames on. Oh,
the frames round. I realised afterwards, I saw them at the side of me, I thought, oh, Debbie. And literally all I did was I cut each one out, again in black, and then just took away the flowers. I'll use those from some decorative pieces, but I think the framing on there just makes that stand out that little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
But a beautiful trifold. I'm going to go and grab my other cards,
Yeah,
Ben,
do it.
because I can't believe we're at that point of the day. Oofed.
Oh.
Oofed.
Christine just said that is demolicious.
Ah.
Right, we're going to line them up. I mean, good luck here, everybody. Good luck. You'll have about 2 minutes to vote.
I'm glad I'm not deciding. Right, number 1, we started with that back to basics using the inks. That's number 1. Number 2 was the dancing dragonflies. Number 2. Number 3 is that lovely heritage card.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing and all.
That's number 3. And then number 4, you've just seen me quickly put my frames to it. Number 4, the lovely trifold card using the fabulous creator card dies. There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. George is saying 2. Johnny's saying 4. I really like 3, but I think 4. I mean, God, dear. You have to be quick. You've got 2 minutes to get your vote in on that. What a brilliant show it's been. How talented is this lady the other side of the studio, honestly?
Thank you.
No, I truly mean that. So creative, so creative. And you get to go away and you get to go and make all of these amazing creative projects as well. I mean, how good is that? We're going to just have one quick flick through the Dragonfly collection in a second, but I do just want to show you the hero tool, the store and go 2-piece set. So you get 2 of the Totally Tiffy store and goes, and you basically get the free pearlescent card pack from the vintage butterfly set, which is going to nestle very nicely into one of those packs. That has been very busy tonight. And just to reiterate that the hero tools that we do on this show, they're only here for a 24-hour period or while stocks last. So if you do like the idea of that, and it's a heck of a deal, 2 of the store and goes and that free card stuff for £14.38 or $18.38 is crazy. It's a crazy, crazy deal. So do make sure if you like the idea of that, you snap it up because it will not be here in 24 hours time. I just want to show you through the Dragonfly selection as well. And once we get a result on the demo of the show, I'll stop if I'm still showing you this and we'll fire into the demo of the day. The Dragonfly selection is incredible. We had 2 individual components of this which sold out earlier. This Dragonfly selection, whilst it isn't the full collection, basically you haven't got the consumables within this, but what you get for your money here is immense. Take a look, right, this should be £80, $100. You're paying 36 or 44. In fact, before I show you this, let me just quickly announce the demo of the show.
Okay, I'm going to be I'll just put it on my dies away.
Sorry, I thought I'd get it in. Then it's done. 2.
Oh, the Dragonflies now. Who called that? There you go. There you go. So that's number 2, the Dragonflies.
I should have
Thank
stuck
you.
with that because I said that was my favourite, didn't I, earlier in the show?
I've loved making every single one of these. Can I just tell you, I've really enjoyed today. It's been lovely. I love getting creative. Right, demo of the day then.
Yeah. So demo of the day. So number 1 is the beautiful box that Debbie made earlier on with the heritage dies on Wake Up Call. So that is numero uno, number 1.
Oh, number 2, the Dragonflies.
So 1, that's 2.
2.
Or 1. Of course, there isn't another one because we had our craft box show where there were no demos. So 1 for the box, 2 for the card that you've just voted for. You've got 2 minutes to get you. Basically, you've got the time it takes me to get through this, and then we will announce the results. So this is the Dragonfly selection: 25 dies, 6 stencils, 13 stamps and ribbon for £36 or $44. Wowzers! And you get the beautiful ornate bridge within this as well. So all the components there to create a really lovely table setting. You know, you can create these little mini cards with it, or as Debbie showed you earlier on, you can simply just cut out the decorative element and place it onto like a 2D card as well. That's included in the bundle. You'll also get the Dragonfly Dream. So that sentiment set is lovely. There's loads of beautiful sentiments in there. Be beautiful inside and out. Make today amazing. Thank you for your kindness. You are strong and you are beautiful. Then you're going to get ribbon in here. There's literally there's six 1 metre lengths on there. So again, loads of opportunity to add that into your makes. This is that beautiful water lily stamp and die set. That again, Debbie was using a little bit earlier on her makes. Then you're going to get in there all of these goodies. I mean, there's beautiful dragonflies in here. You've got sentiment, swash sentiment dies in there as well. A whole host of different sentiments. You've got this beautiful water lily frame in there, again with more wonderful dragonflies. You've got that beautiful water lily border. See Wake Up Call earlier on for the demo with that. And then last but by no means least, you're also going to get that beautiful stencil and stamp set, stencil and die set I should say, in the collection. Loads of bang for your buck there. £36, $44. What a bundle. Demo of the day. It's in.
I don't know. I've no idea.
2.
Oh, thank you.
A lovely card.
There you go. Thank you very much. There you are.
Amazing. What a day it's been. Have you enjoyed it? I hope you have. We've absolutely loved bringing the shows to you today. A massive thank you to all the team, Grace and Rachel and Susie. Was Susie on today? I don't think she was actually. But anyway, thank you to all our social team. They're all amazing.
Birthday tomorrow. Can we give Susie a big shout out for her birthday tomorrow?
Happy birthday,
yes.
Susie.
Susie's birthday, yeah.
Happy birthday. Thank you also to Tracy and to Johnny and to George and to Jamie. Also a massive thank you to Debbie. Hasn't she been awesome today? And you're going to be awesome tomorrow as well because you're in for 2 shows tomorrow.
2 shows tomorrow, yeah. I've got Wake Up Call and I've also got a masterclass with embossing folders. Going to do some demos but also going to do some techniques as well because it's what I've been asked to do. So I'm definitely going to try and cover as much as I possibly can in those 2 shows with our gorgeous Craig.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracking day tomorrow. I mean, what a duo. I mean, that is awesome, isn't it? Craig and Debbie together for 2 shows. Loving that. And then, of course, I'll be back tomorrow evening as well. #Slacker. I'm in for 1 show tomorrow. I say it because you're going to say it anyway. It's going to be a brilliant show. We're catching up with Tiffany as part of the Get Organised with Tiffany week. It is a US warehouse clearance tomorrow evening from 6 o'clock, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. For our UK viewers, you'll be able to catch Tiffany in a show on Friday evening when Craig will be here with Tiffany. But make sure you continue to check out your baskets. Thank you for a lovely, lovely day. We thoroughly enjoyed all of the shows. Thank you for joining us and be back tomorrow morning where Craig and Debbie will be here with you to kickstart another fantastic day here on Crafters TV. Until then, bye for now.